This is an ABC News special report.
And we are back on the air right now. Police and FBI officials have come to the podium.
Focus is going to be on identifying the victims and notifying the families. We're setting up a hotline for concerned family members. There's 407-246-4357. The identification process may take some time, so we ask for your patience because we want to be accurate. Concerned family members can call the hotline, however, and let them know that you have someone that you are concerned about. I continue to be so proud of our community, the support that is shown, the response that has been made. I'm also thankful to entities from all around the country and all over the state of Florida. The governor has made all the resources of the state of Florida available. Orange County has made all of their resources available. We have assistance from the White House, so every possible asset we have brought to bear. Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor Dyer. Of course, let me start with expressing my sympathy for the families, for the loved ones of those who we have lost in the last 24 hours. We know that this affects a large segment of our community. We know that we have a very close-knit LGBT community who has been dramatically impacted by this. So to everyone who is impacted, I want you to know that our thoughts and prayers are with you, and that we are a united community, and that what we saw last night does not reflect what we feel in our hearts and our souls here in Orange County. And I am calling on every citizen here in Orange County to never forget that we stand together in times of adversity, but we don't just stand together as the city of Orlando and Orange County. We stand together as a country. We have heard from Texas, we have heard from states all across the country wanting to know what they can do to help. So when evil like this comes to our community, we respond in force. I guarantee you we will do that again. And thank you all for everything that you do to make this such a wonderful place to be. We know it's going to take time to be able to answer the questions of the loved ones, and there's nothing more difficult than waiting to find out the status of the people that you love. Please be patient. We're doing our best. Thank you.
At this point, the nightclub Pulse has been cleared and deemed safe of any devices. We're in the process of clearing the suspect's vehicle, which is a van right outside. And we ask that people be patient. Unfortunately, there are many victims inside the club, but like was said, our priority will be on the identification of the victims, notification of the next of kin. I also want to take this opportunity to thank all the outpouring of law enforcement support from as far away as Boston and Chicago that let us use their resources if needed. And of course, great community support from the Central Florida law enforcement community as well. I also want to commend the heroic and courageous actions of the initial responding officers who exchanged gunfire with the suspect, and also the heroic and courageous actions of our SWAT team who rescued at least 30 victims, possible victims, and brought them to safety.
As we come on the air tonight, investigators are trying to understand why a heavily armed man opened fire on a young pop star just as she finished what would become her final performance. Christina Grimmie, rising to fame on The Voice, was signing autographs when she was shot. This photo of the singer and a fan believed to be one of her last. Police now say the shooter traveled to Orlando with the intent to kill. Grimmie's death stunning the music industry. Quincy Jones saying too young and too much talent to leave us this.
This really is a red alert. Freedom under attack. I just got done putting out another video, Gunpocalypse Round 2, where on June 14th in California, there's going to be 11 different bills, anti-gun bills, that they're going to vote on. And what's happened today has Americans across the country outraged. This goes against our Constitution and your right, your Second Amendment right to carry and defend yourself. This did sit in the courts where you had the right, per the courts, to carry concealed to defend yourself. What they've stated now, this 9th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, they state that you do not have that right to carry concealed in public unless you're in specific danger. This 7-4 decision found San Diego and Yolo counties in California did not violate the Second Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, which protects the right to bear arms, when they denied some applicants a concealed firearm license. Now, this is what they state. We hold that the Second Amendment does not protect in any degree the carrying of concealed firearms by members of the general public. And what they state here is that the California counties say that you have to show good cause to be armed and show that you're in specific danger, or else you cannot do this. Now, they were asked about open carry. Then can people open carry since the Second Amendment is valid? And they said you may or may not be able to. They would not say anything at that moment on that. Now, the U.S. Supreme Court in 2013, in the middle of a raging national debate on guns, declined to even speak on whether owners have a constitutional right to carry their weapons in concealment outside of their home. Now, some people were biting back here, as one of the judges wrote that the court had gone too far in limiting the right to conceal firearms. The Second Amendment is not a second-class amendment. And she's right. Now, this decision by the Ninth Circuit reversed a 2-1 decision from 2014 by a panel that had found California residents have an inherent right to a concealed weapon for self-defense. This has all been changed and flipped on its head. And I'm telling you what, you talk about trying to tick off Americans here. We'll see how this goes down. And I've been asking the question in almost every video like this that I've put out. What's it going to take for the Californians to get up off their ass and do something? And not just that, Americans as a whole. They just came straight for your rights to carry and said you can't do so. How does that make you feel? I'll leave a link. It's been Dabu7.